Chapter 4. Bardocks and Winnick sat at the table as they finished eating in a small outside food location. Winnick glows in her shimmering gown. With a small grin on her face, "You are a scoundrel. You could have been killed. How do you avoid trouble with the officials? I sometimes wonder and always worry about you. My life is boring, but yours is filled with danger and adventure. But I worry about you. Every time I get out of a scrape, I think about settling down with you. You've been there for me no matter what. Someday you will say yes, and I promise you, I will end my adventures. You know you're the one for me, but I'm just not ready yet. I promise soon I will be ready. You know my dream of someday teaching, raising a family with you, and having you around all the time. Please just don't rush me." Bardocks reaches out to touch her hand. "I won't. It's beginning to mist. Want to come up to my place?" Winnick looks at him and smiles. They rise with Bardocks, dropping some money on the table. Huddled together, hand in hand, they slowly walk to the nearby door, just past the tables, and enter. Winnick turns to Bardocks. "You know that if my dreams come true, there will be changes. I will need you beside me and not out facing danger." Bardocks smiled. "I know. Is that why you keep saying not now?" "No. Well, maybe a little bit. You know I lost my family, as did you. I can't stand the thought of losing you. If we had children, I can't raise them alone. You spend your life in danger. I need a safe life to raise children. I promise not to leave you alone, and it's not if we have children, it's when. I understand I need to change. I will." With a kiss and a hug, they headed upstairs. With the morning sun's rising, Bardocks and Winnick exit to the street and find a small place for breakfast. The two lovers sit down at a table by the close-by cafe. After ordering food, they begin to talk. "I need to be at the office soon. We have an off-planet trader coming in for important negotiation." Bardocks nods as he's eating and reaches out to hold Winnick's hands with a smile. With a smile, Winnick pulls her hand back. "No, I need to get to work. We can play later. When will I see you again?" "I'm free for dinner tonight. You want me to pick you up after you get off work?" "I would love that. See you later." Winnick finished her drink and rose to hail a transport headed down the street. As Winnick pulls away in the public transport, Bardocks pulls out his communications device and punches some buttons. "Jazzrek, I hate myself, but I should have your information tomorrow with a little luck. But I need an extra 0.5% for this job. I am compromising someone I love to do this job for you, and I need the extra to begin to settle down." Jazzrek was resting in his ship when he picked up the message. "I understand, but if you have the information, I'm sure there will be room to give you a little more. But like I said, I don't want to cheat your world, and I certainly don't want to cheat you." Later the same day, Bardocks is sitting against a building waiting. A man arrives dressed in old rags. Bardocks doesn't look at the man but quietly speaks. "You said you had information for sale?" The ragged man sits down against the wall close to Bardocks. "I need to see the money first." Opening his coat so the man could see the stack of bills, Bardocks continues to look at people on the street. "Here, I brought the money you asked. Now what is the information?" "The albino and tattooed man are in town looking for you. They have been asking around and showed a sketch. It's just a matter of time before they have your name." "Thanks. There is more if you can tell me when they have my name and where they are." "Great. I will keep my eyes and ears open. Hope we can do more business soon." Looking around and seeing no one watching, Bardocks drops a bundle of money close to the man before walking away. Lying back and looking up into the sky, Bardocks and Winnick are holding hands. Well, Bardocks points to the different parts of the sky. "I love this time of year. You can see the band of lights from the galaxy, the darkness where we are on the edge of the universe, stark darkness on the left, the bright starlights from the inner of the universe glow on the right. This is my favorite view since I was a boy. Winnick squeezes his hand. I have heard people talk about this view, but never had a chance to see it this way. I have talked with a trader from the Iuja that tells me about some of the other stars and planets in our galaxy he has visited. I wish we could travel to other worlds someday. I thought you wanted to settle down. I do, but I would like to travel too. There is so much to see and so much to learn, but it's just a dream. I have many dreams, but I fear they are just dreams. Bardock squeezed Winnick's hand. I would like to make your dreams come true. Maybe someday we could do both. Settle down and also do some travel. Just then, a breeze blew across the couple. Bardocks looked lovingly at Winnick. It's getting chilly. Maybe we should head back. Winnick smiled and snuggled against Bardocks as they kiss and climb off the transport. Getting into the transport, Winnick and Bardocks leave, heading back towards the city lights. After returning to Bardocks' apartment, the two are laying in bed and Winnick falls into a deep sleep. Bardocks quietly slips out of bed and retrieves a small recorder from Winnick's bag. With care not to wake his girl, he quickly scans at key information he is looking for. Hearing the information he needs, Bardocks quickly hides the recorder in a drawer, and after picking up a glass of water, heads back to the bedroom. After retrieving data from Bardocks, Jazzrek jumped to the Riverian planet in his sleek, silvery ship. After arriving in orbit, Jazzrek contacted the trading company. Riverian Trading Control. I am Jazzrek from the Iuja. I am ready to transport down for the planned meeting with the negotiation on the Majaba seed. The voice on the other end of the communication responded. Jazzrek, please beam to the provided coordinates for the meeting. The traders will be waiting for you. Jazzrek entered the environmental suit and with a quick check by the computer, activated the controls to beam down. The jump placed him at the entrance to the Riverian government trading office door. With the locals watching his arrival, Jazzrek walked to the large doors and entered. Entering the trading center, a young man smiled. Jazzrek followed as he led the way to the conference room. Upon entering the large room with an equally large table, Jazzrek found a number of traders waiting. As he entered the room, the group at the large table rose along with the one he recognized, Winnick. Jazzrek begins by walking around the table, shaking hands with each of the people in the room. Reaching the empty chair at the end of the table, Jazzrek sat and the negotiations began. A few hours later, Jazzrek looked around the table. I think we have a reasonable agreement. As soon as the funds are delivered to the Terrian Intermediary Bank, the Iuja transport will deliver the seeds as agreed to. Thank you, and I hope you find this trade beneficial. All the people rose and left except Winnick, who lingered behind. Hello, Jazzrek. It's good to see you again. The last meeting was not the best of times. I'm glad there are no hard feelings. This is business, nothing personal. I am here to do what I can to help. I understand, but I'm afraid the minister is not so worldly in his views. So tell me, where have you traveled recently? I so envy your travels. My boyfriend travels around the country, but I am stuck here in the city and never get to experience adventures. I recently visited the Varian world. There the people are a bird-based race that builds their cities in the trees. They were in need of a special tree seedling that would give them more height and width for the new forest they were developing. They are a strange race, with heads looking close to yours, arms with 6 fingers, hands with a thumb, and wings. Their bones are fragile, but they now have a reinforcing technology that makes their bodies less vulnerable. They are the dominant race on the planet because of their intelligence, but on the ground there are many dangerous beasts. Jazzrek pulled out his video pad, and with a few deft movements, an image of one of the bird people appeared. Here is an image. Oh, I would love to visit there someday. A city in the trees looks wonderful. I know you're busy, so I'll let you go. Maybe next time you can meet my boyfriend, and we can have an evening to talk with you. That sounds lovely. I do need to return to my ship and get this order processed. I look forward to my next trip. Goodbye. Jazzrek bowed to Winnick, and with a smile and a blink, transported back to the ship. Bardocks sat at his desk when the albino and tattooed man burst through the door with weapons drawn. Bardocks casually pressed a button under his desk and slowly rotated around as they entered the room. Don't you know how to knock? Maybe that's a nicety that they don't have in the backcountry. Now I have to fix the door. The albino was angry. You jacker. You owe me the jewels. I am thinking of taking it out on your skin along with taking everything you own. Bardocks smiled. As you can see, there's not much here to take. As for my skin, I've grown accustomed to its feel just the way it is. Now, if you don't mind leaving, I have work to do. Suddenly, the albino and tattooed man felt weapons shoved in their backs as two security men had quietly approached from behind. Dropping their own weapons, the albino and tattooed man slowly raise their hands as they are led out of the room. Bardocks picks up his communications device. Dax, your men are headed in with the albino and his partner. Thanks for the backup. It was just like we expected. It took a little longer for them to find my address than planned, but these guys are now off the network and good riddance. Talk with you later about the reward on those two. I'm headed out to pick up my money from the insurance people. And you're welcome. Bardocks grabbed his backpack and heads out the apartment, looking at the broken door and shaking his head in disgust.
We do not get paid by YouTube for any of our videos, so please consider your contributions. Thank you.
If you enjoy our videos, please click Patreon on the front page and buy me a drink. Thank you. Please like and subscribe the Watcher in the Fall channel.